Hey, hey, hey! Hope you're doing really great. This is going to be a tutorial on Logic's Drummer. This is one of the coolest things ever introduced in Logic, or I think in any software program, where you literally have a virtual drummer. I mean, back in the day we had drum machines, which was cool, but this is literally an algorithm that Apple has invented where a drummer, you can pick the style of drummer, and then you can pick particular styles within those styles. So if you want a rock drummer or a pop drummer, and you can tell it to listen to whatever you're playing and follow your playing. I mean, I've played in bands and I've played with really great drummers, but if you've ever played with really bad drummers, it's the worst thing in the world. So this is like having a studio musician for free, or for $200 at the price of Logic. And I've actually had some peers I work with ask me about it, because it's still, I mean, you can know Logic really, really well, but this new thing can literally transform your songs or your songwriting or your creative ideas and your speed of workflow. I mean, if I've got a tight deadline, I usually like to program drums, you know, from the kick to the snare, every little part myself. But if I'm under a crunch and I need something now, this drummer is amazing. So let me show you. Let's get started. So the whole concept behind this is I'm just starting with a blank slate. I've got no song ideas, no nothing. I've got a piano up. And this works for any instrument from what I understand. Like if you record a guitar part, it will follow your guitar part. If you record a piano part, it will record that. I'm just going to do a piano part for sake of simplicity, because if I have to mic the guitar up, it's going to take forever. So let's just say, I don't know, let's come up with an idea. Let's go. Okay, so that was a little improv, and literally as I'm hitting the keys, it's this software I'm running, Loopback, is totally affecting my timing, so I'm really not that bad. But here, let's go in. Well, sometimes I am. So I just pulled this out of nowhere. All right, so okay, we want a drum idea. I could do it the old school way. I could go in here and say, okay, I'm gonna load up a drum kit. Let's do that. And I could go in here and I could say, ooh, drum kit. Okay, let's load this up. And you know, and playing the part. Go back in, do the second part. We could merge these things together, and we could fix the timing in here. Go back. Already we've got issues, right? So let's move this over. All right, you see how much time that took, right? Well, introduce Logic's Drummer. So let me show this to you again. You're going to go to this little button here. It's going to bring up this dialog. And drummer is different than a software instrument. It's its own Logic thing. You can turn this into pure audio or to MIDI later, but you want to select on this drummer first. And then under this genre, you want to kind of click what style. You can change this later, but let's say this is, I don't know, songwriter, right? And if you leave this dialog for open library checked, it will open up the dialog over here that'll show you, you know, the drum kits you can use and the different types of drummers. All right, so let's hit create. And already it's brought in a drum part for me. So we already have something to go. Whoa, how fast was that? Now that's a little too crazy and hard out the gate. So a lot has come up here. If you look over here, there's the different genres, and we're in songwriter, and within that you've got different drummers and their styles, the kit, the way they play. But let's just say right off the bat you've got this thing and it's a little too loud. We can just bring it down and we can make it simpler, softer and simpler just by dragging this. Ooh, cool. And that's neat, but there's even more. But wait, there's more. So there's a way to make it follow your playing. That's what drummers do. They listen to their fellow bandmates or their fellow session musicians, and they play along to all those nuances. So what we do is we click hit follow, and okay, cool. So you hit follow, the kick and the snare are going to listen to whatever track you select. So I'm going to select the Bosendorfer Grand Piano, which is this track up here, and it's going to listen to what I'm doing and change accordingly. So Logic's drummer is going to listen to my differences in playing and add those different elements as it goes along. And we can actually cut up different sections, like say, well, here, let me do a playback. And let's say on this section, we want this to get a little bit louder. So, and a little bit more complex. So let's make it a little bit louder, a little more complex. And let's say we wanted to add tambourine. Boom. There it is. That's quick. And we can change the duration. Let's make it a little bit quicker. Nice. And we can add more fills by hitting this down here. So let's say, like, this is cool and all, but like, I don't want the hi-hat. I want to change up, because a common thing is a drummer will be on hi-hat on one verse and then go to the ride on the chorus. That's like a pretty common thing. So let's do that. Let's change this, and we can control, you know, how much he's crashing the cymbals, he or she. I think actually this might be a she. Let's see. Let's double the amount of the hi-hat. Let's make it twice as fast here. And let's say we want to hear more of the hi-hat, right? So if we go over here and double click on this, or just single click on this kit, we can come down here and we can control the gain of each of the individual elements. So let's turn up the hi-hat. I feel like I want to hear more of that. Okay? So. Or let's turn off the tambourine here. Or Or let's make this really loud and crazy complex. Let's see what happens. Little nuts, right? Let's take it back. Maybe less complex. Do you see how quickly? I mean, you can still arrange your song, but you don't have to worry about all these little tiny details. The drummer just kind of knows what to do. And then, so now we've got this kind of worked out, but what if we want to try different styles? So we're in Songwriter, and Darcy is our drummer. Doing a great job, Darcy. And she's got different styles within here. She does a hotel cafe. Let's see what Heart to Heart sounds like. Now, let's hear that. It's kind of cool, kind of songwritery. Or Dear Diary. See, it's more on the toms. Or Summer Song. And what if, like, we try all these different things and Darcy, you're not working out? So we've got, you know, let's try Graham. Let's change the drummer. And then he's got different styles in here. See how deep you can go with this? I mean, you can arrange so quickly using these simple settings, get it to where you want, and then you can go in and really fine tweak. I mean, then you can decide exactly where the kick is going on what parts, but this can get you in the ballpark super, super fast, and then you can worry about songwriting and basic arranging, and then you can worry about the fine details later, or not if you're really in a rush. Let's see what happens if we change this over to R&B. It's going to completely change the kit and the style. So we've got Rose. And this is going to totally change the feel here. Oh, I like that. And she's got a new soul kit here. Let's go to Baby Grand or Block Party. That's so cool. All right, let's see how Benny sounds. Oh, totally Motown. Let's hear what hip hop sounds like. What's up, Des? Let's see what Des does. Nice. Oh, that's cool. See, I wouldn't have even thought to do that. And so, and if you actually look here, in like this little drop-down arrow, you've got control over, because it's the producer's kit, you've got control over the level of your kick, your rim, your clap. You can go in here and totally have control of your mix here, which is also amazing. Or you can just keep it as simple as possible. Now let's say you've got your song arranged. This is really, really cool, but like you don't like, let's say you don't like this. Like say you want to get rid of the first snare, right? Well, what do we do? Because we're stuck with this drummer mode. So what you do is you right click on the region you want to change and hit convert to MIDI region, or convert to MIDI region. And then it opens up this MIDI where you can control each individual thing. So So now we can get rid of this first snare. And you can tweak as much as you want, but most of the heavy lifting has already been done for you with this drummer. And I think this is brilliant. Some people might say this is lazy. I think this is like having a professional drummer in your living room or in your bedroom or in your studio, and it's amazing. I hope they do more of this kind of stuff with different instrumentations, because then you can just focus on the songwriting and the producing, and you don't have to pay for a session drummer, which is always better. You always want to pay a session drummer. A real human's gonna be better, but this is better than the alternative of just throwing in a loop and hoping it works. I hope that helps you guys. I hope that's useful to you. If you want me to go into depth even more or have any questions, feel free to comment below. And as always, feel free to like and subscribe, and have an awesome one wherever you are. All right, catch you on the next one.